In this video, we take the Range Rover Autobiography to Haterbeespoort and we explore the scenic routes of Harties while we have lunch at the ever famous for breakfast restaurant V8.
And it's incredible. Like I'm in awe. I'm in awe.
And we'll explore those massage options while we do a proper review.
Rover Autobiography D350.
You'll also get to see me taking the Range Rover to the coolest car wash in Sunnyside. But also, how's the sound system? And my friends can't believe this car.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm also gonna be putting the full trust on this car to park itself and explore other features on a proper review.
Okay.
Watch the full video to realize why we had to call a technician.
We have a problem. Yesterday when we took a drive to
All of that and more in this video. Let's take this moment to appreciate the good looks of the Range Rover Autobiography 2025. First things first, this car was dropped off in the middle of the week, and for that reason, I decided that I'm gonna take it to a quick drive to Haterbeespoort. One of you guys mentioned in the comments that they would love to start hearing about the cost of ownership, and that will in turn give us the idea of the practicalities of actually owning one of these vehicles and paying it monthly. And as always, I've listened and I've decided we're going to be doing that. We don't have a sponsor for that feature just as yet, so we are still going to be using a generic calculator, and here's how it goes. This car does not only come in only one derivative or offering. You still have the Defender D350, we still have the SV, the SVR, the short wheelbase, long wheelbase, and this, that, and the other. But this specific one that we do have is the Range Rover D350 Autobiography long wheelbase. Now, let's talk about what it actually costs to own this car. If you finance it over 6 years with no deposit at 12.5% interest, you are looking at around 77,000 Rand a month, and this is just on repayments. Insurance for a 40-year-old driver in Joburg with a clean history, it comes in at about 13,500 Rand. This is a rough estimate. Then factor in the fuel. Fuel claimed is about 7.5 liters to the 100, and in 20,000 kilometers a year, you'll spend about 3,100 a month on diesel. And don't forget tires, because this car is on 23-inch wheels with cost about 45,000 Rand for a set, which works out to about 1,800 a month if you spread it over like a lifespan of a vehicle. To add it all up, you're sitting at just under 96,000 Rand every single month to run this Range Rover Autobiography. Luxury does simply come at a price, let's be honest.
You'll know these routes very well. A lot of people that do their breakfast runs, or if you want a little bit of a scenic route out around Gauteng, because we don't have a lot of those. These are one of those routes you can take, and it was only fair that we bring this car somewhere here. We're still going to buy a drone one day, but I hope you guys can see the POV and see where we're driving. And this is one of those areas where, you know, such a car with full potential, whether it being a performance car or being a luxury executive car like this one, you need to bring it here because, one, there's less potholes, the road is always not so busy, so it's easy for me to be driving around here, and there's not too much traffic, you know. And yeah, so far the drive has been phenomenal. The suspension of this car is nuts. It's bonkers. I haven't, you know, rode any Rolls Royce or any of those guys that do cars that are pure luxury, but I can only imagine this is probably better than that or as close as that. But the suspension in this car, you can almost feel everything. You can hear a pin drop in this car. I'm sure you guys can even hear this. This is the loudest noise in the car when I do that, because nothing else is squeaking or, you know, giving you anything that will make you doubt paying 4 million rand for such a car, because this is pure luxury. It feels good. The suspension is fantastic. The handling is great. You can tell everything in this car was well thought of, and it took time. And I'm saying it took time because if you really look at guys like Jaguar and Land Rover, they don't release cars as often. That means the time they spend in research and development of such vehicles is truly crucial, because if you're going to charge me 4 million bucks for such a car and you promise me this pure luxury and comfort, you better deliver. And I can tell you now, they have delivered. I'm overwhelmed by emotions when I drive such a car, because I also look at where I come from. You know, if you haven't seen the first video where we did a first review, it was a Suzuki Grand Vitara, and it was a little over 3 years ago. Was it less than 3 years ago? Somewhere there. And look at us now. We can review such vehicles, you know, and doing something I love for you guys. It doesn't feel like work at all. So yeah, enjoy the route while I enjoy the comfort in this, while I get a massage.
I brought the Range Rover Autobiography out to Haterbeespoort Dam, the perfect backdrop for a car like this. Surrounded by the Magaliesberg Mountains with winding roads and incredible views of the water. It's the kind of place that let you have your Range Rover to show off a bit. The comfort, the presence, and you're out there really to get to appreciate why this SUV isn't about just luxury, but creating an experience wherever you take it.
And this is the side of Arties that a lot of people don't know about. But those that know about it know that it's such a unique, beautiful, scenic route. Look at the waterfall on the side. Do you see that? Looks good, isn't it?
You know, there's just something about the Range Rover Autobiography. It doesn't just arrive somewhere. It makes a statement. Whether you're pulling up to a lodge or you're cruising through the city streets or parked here by the dam, the presence is just undeniable. It's luxury with authority. And also, the D350 engine is smooth, powerful, effortless, and you don't feel like you're in a big SUV. You feel like you're gliding. There's just magic around, you know, this car, and it just hides the size of it, and you just get this happiness under your right foot as well. You know what? Land Rover did really well with this car, and for that, we say kudos to them. And with all the looks, it doesn't just give you the beautiful looks because you're looking at it from the front or from the side, even at the back. And I must mention, and we'll see even later when we do a walkabout around the car, that the back is so seamless. But also, for me, this is where Range Rover actually did the magic, because they somehow got rid of the conventional Range Rover look from the back, and it's just so smooth, so seamless, and the side profile just says luxury on 4 wheels. This is just like, I could work from home in this car for all you like. What I love about the most about moments like this is that I get to share them with you, and I never take it for granted that I get to review cars like this. And once I did dream about this, and this channel is still growing, so am I. So it teaches me something new. Every review, every subscriber pushes me to keep improving, and this is something, you know, I learn as I go. And even you get to see me grow in this thing that I'm doing, and you get to see the different cars, and you get to experience, you know, a different me every single time we review a car, and I never take that for granted. And for that, I just want to remind you to, you know, subscribe to the channel, because there's most of you that are still watching without subscribing. But if you still do and you're still not convinced enough,
One day, I hope that I get to convince you
every
to
single
subscribe.
time I come to
But for now,
Haterbeespoort,
let's get back into the video and quite
this
enjoy
place
it.
is literally just under an hour from Joburg and Pretoria. But we somehow forget about such a place where we could come on a Sunday, have lunch, take the scenic drive, and then go back to our normal lives in the busy traffic of Joburg and Pretoria. I still say South Africa is one of the best and beautiful countries in the world, if not the most beautiful country. Look at all these scenic, beautiful wonders of life. And listen, since this car was delivered during the week and I had commitments that week, but I couldn't move this date because when we get allocated these beautiful cars, especially these well sought after cars, you have to wait a long while until it's your turn to have this car in your garage so you can review it. So once I got the opportunity to get it to review, I just figured why not just take a quick short drive so that we can show you how this car looks like. And even Mrs. Me, when she drove the car, she couldn't believe it.
Mrs. Me is having a feel of the Range Rover Autobiography. So we're quickly just gonna get the driving impressions. So we've been driving around Harties, around the twists and turns of Harties. So, okay, so far
so good. So far, so amazing. It's like it feels unreal driving this car. It's everything and anything you could want in a car. Like,
what stands out for you for now? You don't have to give me
the smooth ride.
Okay, so
like
suspension, smooth ride.
It's very smooth. The steering handles very well. It's it's incredible. Like I'm in awe. I'm in awe that these are the sort of cars that are out there, and they're within reach of some people that they can buy. So it's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. So yeah, but so far, fantastic, man. It's fantastic. It handles well. It's smooth. Like, oh man.
And the steering, how does it feel? Did you see the steering is actually made of wood on the outside?
I saw that.
But it still feels good, no?
It does. It really, really does. Yeah, let's go see. Let's go.
Wow. Ball. Come. Hello. What's up? It's Walker.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yay. If you have ever been to Harties, you probably have been to V8 Roadhouse, or you've probably heard of it. It's one of the popular spots that take you through Harties, that welcome you through the entry of Harties. And it's one of those places that is very popular with breakfast runs. So in the car community, a lot of people in the car space love coming to this place for a bit of a car wash, because they do have a car wash as well as it's a roadhouse, so you can actually order food and sit in your car and quite enjoy your food. So if you haven't been to V8 Roadhouse, I think it's one of those spots that's a place that you can quickly go in for, a quick meal, a quick lunch, and go and enjoy with your friends and family. But enough about that. This is us going to have our lunch, and then I'm going to be doing a review for you guys. Even though it's been about an hour of driving, but it's been so satisfying. That car is amazing. I understand why British royalty, as well as all these American top, who's who, A-listers, Kim Kardashians of this world, love this car so much. And I must say, this is a good one. Hey? Okay. Now say hello. Hi. Oh, by the way, here is how the key looks like.
I think the Defender one was also similar, ne?
Yeah, it was quite similar. Pretty straightforward. I think this is just a sticker. I don't know if I'm allowed to remove it, but I think I shouldn't remove it. But there's a bit of chrome around it, and then it says Land Rover. And you know what they say, if you park it and you don't look back at it, you bought the wrong car. So we just had a quick lunch here in Haterbeespoort Dam. Because we have this beautiful car that we somehow simply cannot just park. So we decided, since we're in Haterbees, it's gonna be 30 minutes to my mother's house, as well as Kia's mom's house, where we can pop in and say hello and then just show them the car, you know. It's not gonna be too long, but we just thought let's just pass by because we finished right on time, so we still have a little bit of time to shoot a little bit more
before
content.
the traffic just anyways, that's
cool. Let's go. So we're on our way home.
We are on our way home, and I saw the most exciting thing I have seen thus far.
Wait for it. It's gonna be worth the wait. Wait for it. Tell us, what is it?
I just saw someone selling watermelon. You must do confettis and pew 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 pew, ne?
When what? What's editing?
After
Listen, we both love watermelon, by the way, but she is addicted to it.
I really am. And then the guy who's selling it, I hope it's the one. Like his is always so. Oh my God, we are back, baby.
But do you know that watermelons have always been available? Kodi, what's this now? Hotels and stuff. We've been eating watermelon throughout the year.
But it doesn't hit the same way.
Yeah, it's obviously one of those GMOs because they're gonna be seasonal. They're meant to be seasonal.
Yes.
So maybe the ones that we've been eating the GMO food.
Yeah, so for me, it's honestly either I'm gonna do the best or I won't do it at all. So that's why I haven't even been bothered. Because at times at Checkers, I would see they're selling it, but I'm like, nah, thank you, I'm good.
Yeah.
But we're back.
Thanks for the public service announcement.
Massage.
Massage. Hagi Coco. Hi baby. Hi baby. Who is it? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Hi baby. Nolo is not there. She's not there. Take Binky out. Take Binky out. Take Binky out. Hey, Jamu.
Go see in the mirror.
Go see in the mirror.
Go see in Coco's mirror.
Go.
Go see Coco's mirror.
Go see in Coco's mirror.
Yo.
Go. Yo. Ay, Jamu, fungas ye, Jamu. Yo. Never in a million years have I ever thought I could be parking a 4 million rand car in my mom's yard. I know it's not my car, but it sure damn feels special.
Yo?
Irama. Yeah, massage again. And then no one more gonna care more. You can actually choose your ear good or the seat, ear lower back.
Yeah.
One more. Like he's a good woman. To able to earring direction ear good.
Oh, what?
Okay.
That's why I got these palms. I no start one now.
When I'm more than he's to go lower back.
Bye, baby. High five. Yay.
Guys, you'll have to forgive me with this car. We literally went to check up on all our family members that lived in close proximity so they can get a feel of the car, but also just to say hi. You know, sometimes when you've got a 4 million rand car, you can't park it. You really, truly cannot park it. And we needed to pass by before we head back home.
Unconditional love. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, cuckoo. It's a huggy, cuckoo. Huggy. Huggy, cuckoo. Bye-bye. Put wee-wee. Put wee-wee.
Put wee-wee in the car.
High five.
You want this?
Ayo. Ayo, Fungas.
Come sit and feel. Come sit and feel.
We really had a good time checking on our family members, and then it was time for me to do the review with the walkabout around the car. But then I realized the car needed a car wash. But
Before I do the shoot, so we have a problem. Yesterday when we took a drive to do lunch with Kia and the little one, I switched on the lights and removed them from auto, simply because I wanted to also demonstrate how the lights look during the day, because I wanted to show you guys that. But now we killed the battery, because when I parked this car here yesterday, I forgot to put the lights back on auto, and now the car is not starting because the battery has died. So big problem there. But I did call Range Rover, and I've let them know of the situation and what's going on here. So yeah, I'm waiting for them to come through so I can do a proper review where we do a normal walkabout, talking about the exterior of the car, what does, and then go inside and then spend more time in there, because that's where I'm going to be explaining exactly which button does and the functionalities and the features of the car. So yeah, we find ourselves here. But I could use the key to open the door. But another thing that I noticed is that almost everything in this car is electronically controlled. So meaning, and then with this key, if you see on the side, you will see there's a little button there. So you push here and then you pull out the little key that's inside. Many cars have this type of a setup, and then you insert the key onto the vehicle, and then you pull this button out, and once it's out, now you can put the key there to open the door. And then once the door is unlocked, and then go in here, if you guys will be able to see, and open the bonnet, so that when they come, they can jumpstart the car. Hopefully they don't have to go to the back, because my garage here is pretty tight. So excuse the mess I tried to clean. My garage here is pretty tight because at the back there's literally no space. So yeah, I'm hoping we don't have to go to the back where the batteries might be situated, and everything can be done in front there. And I still owe you guys a review of our channel car. Haven't driven it in about a week now since this car arrived. But I promised to do, and it's collecting a little bit of dust there, if you guys can see. Wash me. So this is, if you haven't subscribed, please take this opportunity to please subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, I do.
Just keep the unlock button, because as soon as we put power on the vehicle now,
Okay.
I'll start giving a shout. There we go.
Sheesh, all the electronics are saying, hey, we're back. We're back online. There we go. Cool, that was quick. I must get myself one of these, eh? So that's it. The car is started. We're gonna quickly head to the car wash and get this car quickly washed. I'll show you guys how that works. It's a very cool car wash that you guys need to check out in Sunnyside. And then we're gonna quickly head to Bryanston to go shoot the car. Dango.
How are you, my brother? Thank you very much. Guys, isn't this the coolest car wash ever? Your car gets washed in 10 minutes exterior, and they also have these cool sprinklers that wash the car from underneath and also gets to cover most of the angles that a normal hose wouldn't. And I think this is one of the coolest car wash. This is in Sunnyside, right next to the police station in Sunnyside. I'll leave the address onto the screen so guys, you guys can go and check out. The owner of the car wash is Ishmael, one of my good friends from back in the day, and he's opened a car wash, and I think this is really, really cool. Look at what this thing does. Oh, is it puppy? It's proper. And this thing is soft, ne?
Very soft.
I'm not sure the people. Just turn it. It's very, very soft. Oh, you even use it for on your hands.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's soap, eh? This Range Rover is finished in this Eiger Grey metallic color, but you've got other cars that you can pick from. I mean, if I'm paying $4 million, I better have a bespoke color for my own vehicle. But otherwise, if you still don't like their colors, you can still wrap your car, and they can wrap them very well these days. But I don't see any need of that. Also, the coolest thing about this car wash is that this machine can actually dry your car. So they're going to use this vacuum or blower of air, and then afterwards you drive out, and then it's literally 2 minutes touch-ups on your exterior, and the windows will be shining and the metallic color comes alive. What a car wash, and I truly intend on going back. Maybe when we do a review of my car, we'll do that car wash as well. don't mind being on camera, no? You don't mind? Okay, thanks. You have to ask, hey brother, you never know. Sure, look at that indicator. Nice inside there.
Make money in life, man.
Say you can say that again.
Beautiful car.
Yeah.
What color is this?
Some they'll find a name to call their grey. More Dima music will go all more back seat.
Serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hold it. Let me show you something. Check it out. Let's say maybe when you got just a CD because
Yeah. Presidential.
yeah. I'll talk about that demand or incredible. I say hi to start with. It's not even his car.
No, it's not his car.
Yeah, it's not even his car.
It's not your car, my brother.
Yeah.
Ne?
You're probably wondering where the cup holders are. You click on that cup.
We're here.
There. There's a cup on the screen.
Wait. We're here.
There,
Yeah.
You click there. And then
Hey.
This is empty.
eh?
Hey.
This is
Hey, man, recline.
yeah.
Oh, ash.
Yeah. They're not just giving you a handle. They already.
When I want to air corner, when I straight
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Joe. Hey.
What?
Hey.
2025 Range Rover Autobiography D350. This car behind me is going to cost you 4 million rands or 3.9 million rands with a couple of cents left. But let's be honest, we all know that is already 4 million rands. But what makes it 4 million rands? You guys know we already recorded home in our complex, but because this is a little bit different, I decided, let me actually go and see where are the other motoring journalists, influencers, content creators actually go and record their videos. And one of them is Malusi and Usala. Please check them out on all social media platforms. They gave me this spot so that we can come and review this car. So I decided to come here so I can show you this beautiful car. And it's such a stunner because the car has so much presence. I don't think you guys understand. I'm going to take my shades off and say that one more time. This car is worth every single penny. And listen, stick around and watch as we unpack this beautiful vehicle. The Range Rover Autobiography D350 review is about to begin. So, first things first, and the one thing you notice the most about this car is that it's got so much street presence. It doesn't matter where the car is heading. It doesn't matter which angle you're looking the car at. This car will say, look at me, I am here and I'm commanding your attention. But as per usual, we're going to be reviewing from the outside going into the inside, but we're going to have to start into the front and show you exactly what you're looking at in the front. So in the front, you're looking at LED lights that are incorporated with the indicators inside, and this is how the indicators look. This is how they work. You've got nice sequential indicators. And then again, we're seeing another vehicle on the channel that has fog lights. Trust me, you don't need these fog lights, because if there's something that also impressed Kia, my lady, is that the lights on this car are simply phenomenal. I know VW calls them, or Audi call them matrix lights and whatever, but here you've got one light. I don't know the name of the light, but it does everything you can think of. One thing that I love about this car is that if you're approaching a vehicle at night from the back and there's a vehicle in front of you, the lights sort of split, and now the lights you can see either on the side, and it's not going to blind the car that's in front of you. Indicators, LED lights, and high beam and full beam all incorporated in one. And this is daylight running lights as well that are also there. This is what I expect from a car of this stature, because if you are investing money into research and development of such a car, you definitely have to give me a proper light. And this, in this case, they did give you a proper light. And then as you continue to look at the front of the vehicle, you will also notice in front here that you do have a nice grille that Range Rover is known for. Beautiful grille in front. You've got some chrome that is brushed in there, but it's also a little bit much more shiny. A huge Range Rover sign, as it should be, because if I'm driving a 4 million rand car, guys, please, you must know this is a Range Rover. This car is packing a 3-liter diesel engine, as the D stands for the 3-liter, and then I think the 350 refers to the horsepower, but I'm stand to be corrected. But in South Africa, we don't call them with horsepowers. This car produces a whopping 258 kilowatts, and to the wheels, it's sending 700 Newton meters of torque. So listen, the throttle response of this car, you will not ask for it too much. You put your foot down, the car responds. It's a diesel after all. If you want to have an SV version of the vehicle, you can still do, because we do have people that actually prefer a petrol engine over a diesel engine because of how it sounds. But I can tell you the engine that's in here does not sound like a diesel engine at all. It's super quiet, it's nice and subtle, but I can understand that it's plenty of the cushioning that's inside of the vehicle, or inside of the front end of the vehicle, that makes it, you know, keep quiet a little bit. And the engine that's in here produces, like I said, 258 kilowatts, 700 Newton meters of torque. I don't know the origin of this engine, but I know the one that's in the SV and as well as the SVR is a 4.4 liter V8 engine that is found in the X6M as well as the X5M. I'm not sure about the other trims of BMW, but it's a BMW engine that you find in a petrol engine, and that produces, I think, something like 463 kilowatts and a whopping 750 Newton meters, which I think can be underestimated. Could be a little bit much more. But yes, back to the front. In front here, you do have your park distance control, more air vents there so you can cool off this engine here. And then you do have a front camera. Obviously, front camera will help you with your 360, because this car has 360 and a 3D and this, that, and the other. But we'll unpack all of those features when we go on the inside. In front here, you do still have a nice gloss black finish, and I really do love gloss black. Same gloss black is seen here. And then you do have a proper ground clearance on this car, but you shouldn't be worried about ground clearance on this car. Let me get out of the way, because the one thing you must know is that the car does have an air suspension. And I mean, with the air suspension on this vehicle, you won't be worried about the ground clearance, because you can raise the car from the front, you can raise it from the back, and then eventually the car will go up. So I don't think you need to be worried about, because this is a full-on 4x4 that you can take off-road and you can go and enjoy at Kruger or anywhere else. But I wouldn't take such a car to proper off-roading. But it's, again, a nice feature to have when I'm getting such a big car. So I think in front here, you also do have LED lights down there, which are your fog lamps, which you can turn on when it's snowing, because in South Africa these days we tend to see snow. Or if you're driving to Lesotho during the winters, you can turn on those lights. But also when there's a lot of fog, hence they're called fog lights. you can turn them on. But the overall front of this vehicle is simply stunning. Commands respect, commands presence on the road, and everybody just wants to be a part of this car. Looking at the side profile of the car, the first thing that you notice here, which is a huge detail, is this nice U that is here that Land Rover has always loved. And down here it does say Autobiography, which you should know, because remember, you can get a Range Rover, normal Range Rover, that is not Autobiography, but the pricing is on the screen. This is how much it will charge. It will cost you if you want the Autobiography version of this car. And then if you look at the silhouette of the vehicle, they've kept it the same. If you look at the previous Range Rover that we had a couple of years ago, this is the evolution of the Range Rover since around the 2009s. We had this one, and then this one got evolved into a newer one, and then now we end up with this big final product. But I love the details on this car, because if a lot of people don't notice, maybe if the color was a little much more brighter, you would notice. But it's actually a two-tone car, because everything you see at the top here is not the same color as that.
And speaking about the two-tone, with regards to the coloring of this car, I also noticed that they also do have some special effect gloss finish where it is quite bespoke that you can pick from. But if you click on that icy white satin finish, it's going to cost you an extra 231,300 Rand. That is insane. But again, luxury does come at a cost. And if you're going to have some handcrafted quality, it's going to cost you almost the price of a Suzuki Franks.
So they had to get these pop-out handles, which are keyless entry as well. So if you've got the key with you and you just come and push the button here, this button will fold, this handle will fold away. All you have to do is push there and the button will fold away, as well as your mirrors will fold away. Your mirrors are in gloss black. You do have a camera underneath there. And then if you push the button again, the buttons will come, the handles will come out, as well as the side mirrors. But also, you can also use the key. This is how the key looks like. This is how the key looks like. You've got a key that's written Land Rover, and then on the other side, you've got all these buttons that open the boot, unlock the car, turn on the lights, and all of that. Again, I must also mention the ground clearance of the vehicle. At the moment, the car is sitting at access mode. The car has three functionalities. It's got access, it's got normal mode. It also has off-road capabilities. When you click off-road, the suspension completely goes up, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you. Hang tight and look at the suspension go up and down. And you must just watch the suspension. Hopefully you guys can still hear me that side. But you must just watch the suspension as it goes up. Suspension is raised. It's raised up high. If you decide to take the car to a Kruger or somewhere off-road, this is the off-road height that you're going to get. Look at all this big space here. Look at all this big space. You can really fit a hand and maybe a couple of loaves of grain in here. But look at how high the suspension is raised. But with the push of a button inside, the suspension will fully now come back down. And now look at all this ground clearance that you have. This is, I will put the figures on the screen, but whatever this height is, this is good. You can go inside of water, because this car also does have a feature called weight sensing. What is weight sensing? It's basically a car, when this car actually uses the sensors around it to measure the height of the water. Depending on how you get into the water, it will let you know if the height of the water that you got under you are good enough for you to proceed, or you should stop, because this is how high the water can get. And the car has doors that are engineered to be very much of a sealant. It can seal the car so well that you don't have to worry about any water coming inside of the car. As luxurious as the car looks, it still has proper off-road capabilities. I'm going to lower the suspension for you guys to see, so that you can see what I'm talking about.
The car is wearing 23-inch wheels. This is the ones that came out with the car, but there's plenty of other options you can pick from. I've attached a picture on the screen so that you can see all the other options that you can pick with this car. This is the back of the vehicle. My favorite side of this vehicle, if I'm truly being honest, because I feel like the front is not necessarily new to our eyes. You know, we've warmed up to how the Range Rovers look on the front, because the previous Range Rover Autobiography also looked similar. But looking at this one, especially here at the back, this is where the big change happened. Because if you look at the previous one that are right now on your screen, and now you're looking at this one, this is where you realize they made it so seamless, you can hardly tell there's a light on this car. There's a light here, there's also a light here, because this is where your indicators are in this area, and this is where your tail lights are actually at. But the cool thing about this car, and you will see now when we turn the lights on, is that when you open the car, and you will realize something. If you open the boot like this, the car will open, but it opens in two parts, which means you will have absolutely no light in terms of your indicators, just in case you're parking somewhere and you've got your hazards on and you've decided to open this part. It now compromises your safety, because the car could be approaching and they won't see any lights, because all of this will be open, which carries on both of these. But the cool thing is that when you open the car at the back, your indicators now switch to down here, which is a well thought of idea, because if you really think about it, it could easily compromise your safety. But no, they didn't allow that. They decided to put the indicators down here and give you extra visibility, so that if a car is approaching, you can clearly see there's an indicator here. Let me turn on the light so that you guys can see. This is how your indicators look like. If the car is off, you can hardly tell there's actually any lights on this car. But I'm just going to move out of the way so you can see how seamless and how clear the lights look, and the complete the look of the car. Very, very seamless. This is how the indicators look like on both ends. I'm quickly going to move the camera here so that you can see a path of how it looks at the back fully. There. This is how the indicators look like. I'm going to ask my assistant there to switch off the indicators. And now you can't even tell. That this car has indicators. Obviously, this car does have indicators, but you can't really tell where exactly the indicators are situated, because when they are off, you really can't tell. But it completes the look of the vehicle and how seamless and smooth with the edges it looks. And now, this is how the lights look at the back. Look at how seamless, but yet so clear the lights look. You've got a nice bar that runs somewhere there at the top. You also do have a nice full-on bar that is divided into two, because one of them is a brake light, and one of them is a normal driving light, or park light if you really like. But look at how seamless and how cool this looks. Look at that. You can't really tell whether there's lights or anything in there, but as soon as he puts the brake on, and now you look at all the lights and how this beast comes alive.
You won't blame me for being so excited about such a car, because listen, this is one of the best cars I've driven, I've reviewed, and I've got the privilege to have spent time with it. Another cool feature that you guys would notice somewhere here at the back, there's a number of buttons that you find on the back there, but those buttons, what do? One of the buttons that you push there is one for the tow bar. So this car does have a tow bar, and when you click the button there, the tow bar can either get deployed or it can get tucked away. And for me, this is such a cool feature, because I mean, this is a huge car, and yes, it's very difficult to crash it, especially when you're in reverse and all of that. But should you make a mistake of going all the way to the wall, you could just at least touch with the tow bar first before your car gets affected.
Here is your mini workstation. Should you decide to raise the suspension, you have to press that button, it will raise the suspension. And then if you want to test the lights of the trailer or turn them on, you have to push that button. And then you also do have have two other buttons that assist with rolling down your seats, as well as this parcel tray up here. You don't have to use manual labor. All you have to do is push a button. I think it's this one, and this button, this parcel tray will come down, because everything is just fully functional by a push of a button. Look at that. If I sit here at the back and I decide I want to hook a trailer, but maybe the car is too low for me to hook a trailer, or it's too high, all you have to do, push a button and the car will raise the suspension at the back for you to hook a trailer. How cool is that? Because usually you would have to get 3-4 guys to help you pull a trailer if it's loaded, so that you can load it into the vehicle. But in this case, all you have to do is put a trailer there, reverse into the trailer, and then hook into the trailer, press the button and drive away. And the very same way button is situated down here if you want to hook the trailer. But also it does not go all the way. You just need to press. If you want to go lower, you keep pressing, or you can just press and hold, and the car will completely go down and the suspension will give you exactly what you demand. So you got a full-sized, fully functional spare wheel in here that you don't see in many cars. With a mag wheel, that is 23 inches on the back, 23 inches on the car. So you don't have to worry about being stuck. Because if I'm paying 4 million rand, I better be in charge. And with this car, I am in charge, at least for this week. Cool. As you noticed, the car opens in two parts. The first part of the door opens first, and then the lower part goes down. We've seen this on the BMW X5. I think that's where the first time I saw it, and it just completely works, because also it gives you a bit of a parcel tray there at the back should you decide to go off-road, or you need to use the space for anything functional, your stuff. And then if you've got groceries and you don't want them to move around, all you do is you pull up this, and then it will partition between this part and your tailgate, and your groceries will be safely secured without you having to worry about your 2-liter Coke flying up to the front of the car. And then you push that down. Another thing that I just noticed now is that if you push this button and you're standing here, as soon as it feels any sort of resistance, it stops moving and gives you that beep. Otherwise, another one will just push you away like you didn't pay 4 million, which is a problem for me. So you push the button, it completely comes down, and there's this carpet, which I feel it's unnecessary. They were just showing off here, because in many vans you will see this part of the van, but here you're not driving a van, but you're driving a home on 4 wheels. So push of a button, tailgate closes. Push of a button, your top part of the tailgate closes. We've been talking about the outside of the car.
And now to the interior of the car. Maybe this video shouldn't have been 2 parts, but hey, why not just squeeze into one, grab a popcorn and watch. And by now, I hope you enjoy watching this. And remember to like and subscribe. Let's get into the interior. This is your POV when you are sitting in front of this car, the Range Rover Autobiography, and this one is finished in burgundy color. And you will also notice that it does have a little bit of wood like finish here, which I would assume it's probably derived from, don't mind my cloth, because this is a cloth I found in the car for cleaning the screen, because we all know how annoying the fingerprints can be onto the screen. But also there's a lot of, you know, gloss black finish that is on the vehicle here that will probably require you to be able to wipe once in a while. So I keep this somewhere inside of the vehicle. But this is where we're going to be showing you the driving, the impressions of the vehicles and the features. Say hi to my friend Bongs. Tango. So Bonks is gonna be my camera guy sitting on the left side of the vehicle, and I'm gonna be sitting here while I point at some of the other cool stuff. The first thing that you notice is this beautiful steering wheel, which is also finished in a bit of wood on the side of the day. This was completely unnecessary, but I like it. They did it because why not? Because they can. But while I'm busy talking about the steering wheel here, let's give Bongs a bit of a treat, because this car does have a massage functionality, and this is how you find it. You go into the screen and then you click there, and then you click on seats, and you can decide whether to turn both seats on or only one seat on, and then you'll see it will say massage. You click on that massage there, and here is where you pick the functionality as well as the intensity of how you want the massage to be, Bongs. And then if you want it to be pulsating, gudu, or pulse dew, I don't know what that feels like, but I'm about to find out. You do that, and if you want to increase the intensity of that, you press 5 or whatever the case may be, and you will feel the back. Are you feeling anything on your back?
I do.
It's proper, ne?
It's proper.
Yeah.
I do.
It's proper. So even if you're sitting in traffic in this car, like I said at the beginning of the video, you're not going to be frustrated sitting in this car and you're sitting in traffic, because, I mean, why not? I'm getting a massage. The car also has a air purification system. All you have to click here, and then you scroll down. You will see air quality. You click on air quality, and with that it will tell you the air quality on the outside. The arrow up there shows you the exterior, and the arrow inside shows you the interior. And at this stage we are in Bryanston in Sandton, so this is proper air. And if you possibly want to purify the air inside of the vehicle, just in case you're driving in areas like Witbank and places where there's a lot of coal mines or stuff like that, you can click that button there, and it will purify the air inside of the car. Because, I mean, I'm paying 4 million, so why are you not purifying the air? Yeah. So another cool feature that you can look forward to here is the air vents. You can decide which air vents release air or not. You don't always have to direct using that, because in most cars you have to use that to say air closed, air open, and that's it. But in this case, you can actually decide either it's going to be at the rear or in the front. You can decide which air vents should close and which ones should be producing a lot of more air. If you want this specific air vent to give you less air, and you want the other ones on the side to give you more air, all you have to is increase the intensity or switch it off completely, which is, again, another something that I truly like. It was unnecessary, but I like it. Why not? It's 4 million. And then another cool feature here is, you obviously, I did say that you can check at the back, but also the climate here. You can also decide whether it's dual, which is quite common in most cars. You can decide where you want the air to go, but in this case I prefer the air on my face because it's a hot spring day. And if you want the AC to be on max because you want it to be really cold in here, and feel like a fridge at a Tops or a Pick and Pay liquor, then this will happen. But we don't want that right now. We don't want to get sick, so the normal AC is normal. And on the side here you do have button for your other settings. If you want to increase the brightness of the screen or auto brightness, if you like, you can do that. If you want to switch off the screen and wipe it, that can work. If you want haptics is, you know, the little feel of a button when you push a button on your phone and then you hear a little vibrate from your phone. That is what is called haptics. If you want that, you can keep it on. Okay, so we just figured out how these haptics work. So now you'll begin to hear a little bit of a sound when I press a button on the screen. So those are the haptics, which can get a little bit annoying, but also it's cool. You know, it's a little bit of vibration that comes from the screen, but again, you can switch it off on your settings because it makes noise, and then I don't think it'll be there now. So now it's gone. And also another thing you need to consider is that you can go back here, and then home screen is that screen. You can edit the layout on how you want the screen to look like. In terms of audio, you can control the sound. But speaking of sound, maybe let's play a little bit of sound so you can hear Bonks. And then please note, we're not going to play for too long, only 9 seconds, because if it's 10 seconds YouTube will take the video down, or I won't be able to monetize from the video. But all the functionalities are there. If you want to move the sound to the back of the car or the front, you can do that. It's becoming a bit of a bigger functionality in many cars now, and this is nicely balanced. You've got a Meridian sound system where you want a stereo, but I would prefer a Meridian sound system. So I'm gonna play this song for 9 seconds, so for Bongs to also feel it. I'm going to mute the music at some point on the video because it will get flagged, but I'm gonna play it so that we get a reaction from him and test the music. Okay, cool. We press play. The music is yeah, it's halfway through. It's not completely up. It can go all the way up to 60, but we don't want to do that because that's going to be a bit too loud. But that's exactly what you get, because you got speakers everywhere. You've got a speaker here, you've got a speaker down there, you also do have a speaker up there, you have a speaker on that other side, you have a speaker at the back of the seat, you have a speaker inside of that headrest, you also have a speaker inside of this headrest. This is where your microphone for when you're speaking on the phone is situated, and then there's also plenty of other speakers, including the subwoofer and the likes. We're done with sound check, and we can both agree that this sound is proper fire. But while I'm sitting here, what's happening on the other side of where Bongs is sitting is you do have obviously leather here in front, and you do have your chrome finish up here, and then this, I really like this chrome finish because it also gives it like a nice premium feel. This is where your hazards are, and this is how the hazard sounds like. Not too much, not complaining much about it. But also, if you want to open this storage compartment, which is a cubby hole here and down here, you have to push a button and you can open it. Without, earlier on I was stuck with the battery earlier on, and I couldn't open this because everything else, we didn't have power at all. And then down there, this is where you open the one down there. I must remember to take out that thing of mine, and then you can close on the other side. And then coming back to my side here, obviously we do have a beautiful steering wheel, and we do have a big armrest here, which usually in here would be a fridge. But in this specific model, they did not include the fridge because that's an optional extra that you can include. And then you do have, but now you can use it as a storage bin. You do have 2 of your cup holders here, and you can also close there. If you guys were watching the video where I did the review of the Range Rover Sport, you will remember that I lost my wallet in this car, and I couldn't find it because I didn't know where it was. Because what I had done is I put my wallet in here. No, I didn't put it in here. I put my wallet, where was it? Yes, I put my wallet in here. And then what happened is this part here was moving with the bottom part. So when you would open this part, it will move. So every time I open here to look, I will see the storage compartment down here, and I wouldn't see anything. Also, you do have your USB-C inside of there, and you also have another USB-C here. I know you guys are gonna judge me to say the car has wireless charging, but I just prefer this type of a charger because it's quicker. And then you do have wireless charging down here, but also this can become a little bit much more neat by pressing that and to pinch that, and then it will close, because now it becomes very nice and neat, seamless, without you having to worry about a lot of things. And then in here you open, like I said, you do have an extra storage bin, but also this is your armrest. But again, you do also have another armrest here. Bongs also has his own armrest, which you can adjust using that for it to lock and unlock and all of that. And then you can just relax here. Your start button is here, and this is how your gear stick looks like. And then back to the screen, you will notice that you also have a button for cameras. If you click on that button, you will see a 360 view of the car. Just hold that for me, Bongs. You will see a 360 view of the car. If you click that, this is where I'm parked at the moment. And if I do that, the car will show me exactly what's happening on the side of the vehicle. But also, if you click that button, it also shows you in front and exactly what's going on. If I start moving the vehicle, here you will also click on 3D. You will see the vehicle moving, including the turning of the wheels. And if I put my brake lights on, they also come on there. Also, how cool is this part? Because yeah, it's just a small animation, and another person would be, but it's just an animation is not going to do anything. But the fact that they actually decided, our animation must be as responsive as possible. When someone presses on the brakes, it must light up, because now my foot is on the brake. You can show them there, bongs. If I remove my foot from the brakes, even the little car on the screen, the brake lights go off. And then when you continue to move, you will see the car around you, everything moving. But also when you click in front there, because you want to see on the right front of the vehicle, it will show you exactly there. If you want to see left front, it will show you on left front. If you want to see at the back, it does the same thing. It just depends on exactly what you want to do with the vehicle and whatever button you would love to push. Because everything else on the screen, if you reverse, it also now shows you the reverse part of the car, but also turns on reverse lights down there. And then if you want to reverse into something you can't see, say you want to hook a trailer, or you want to have a full view of exactly what's going on down there, it also shows you a full view. If you want more view, it also gives you a little bit of much more view. If you're going off-road, you click on off-road, it's going to, or you click on towing, now it shows you where your tow bar is situated, and it can show you whether your tow bar is still there or not. And if you want to clean the camera, all you do is you push the button and it's gonna clean the camera. That's at the back, and which I think is quite cool, because otherwise in most cases when you're doing off-roading, your cameras tend to get dirty because of the dirt that you find out there. But I think it just flipping gets the job done, and it's so cool. And the graphics of this car is flipping amazing. I mean, I'm paying 4 million rands. I must have proper graphics on my car. And as you can see, there's a little sign of a trailer, also tow bar. Like I said, you push off a button, the tow bar will come out. So if I push this button now, I must put on neutral, and it shows surroundings before towing, and it shows you exactly where your trailer is, or bulb check. If you're towing a trailer, usually would have to go outside and send someone to say, I'm gonna put my foot on the brakes, check if the lights are on. In this car, you're not gonna be able to do that, because all you have to do is hook up a trailer and then push that button there, and it will check whether you can show that, and hook up a trailer at the back, and you push the button, it will show you. But at this stage, it can see that there's no trailer. It can also measure the load of the car, of the load that's inside of the trailer, if the car can carry it and all of that. So you don't have to get in trouble with the cops. And if you want to release the tow bar is coming out as we speak at the back, so you don't have to push the button that I showed you earlier on. You can just push here and it'll release the tow bar. And then if you want to put the tow bar back outside or back on inside of the car, all you have to do is push the button. Now I just put it back inside of the car. If I want to deploy it, I go back to the screen, bonks. I go back to the screen and then I click deploy, and the tow bar will come out. And another cool feature which I think we should attempt to do is there, tow bar just came out. The car can park itself, so maybe we must do that. So we're going to look for a parking space, and we're going to ask the car to park itself, and let's see if it can truly park itself. So we're going to be driving next to a couple of lanes and see if the car can park itself. So we're going to be driving here and look for a parking space, but first you tell the car how you want to park and it will park itself. So right now it's saying it's looking for parking spaces, and now it has identified a couple of parking spaces. You tell the car whether you want the car to reverse into the parking space, or you want the car to park ka front or forward in. So I'm going to say forward in first and see what happens. I don't have any of my hands on the steering wheel. I just need to pick one of the parking spots here, so I'm gonna pick that one, and then I'm gonna say forward in. So I want to see what's going to happen. Wait, I think let's go there, bumps. Look here, we click, we'll say we'll look on this one, but we want to forward in, and then we're going to click start. I'm going to completely remove my hands off the steering wheel, and you will see the car looking for the space. It picked, and then you will see everything falling into place. The parking spot is in front of us, so the car will put itself into the parking space without me touching anything. And when the car is done, it's gonna let me know that it's done. So let's go outside and actually see if the car actually parked itself properly. Voila. Sheesh, also this car is beautiful, hey? But look at that, we're not demonstrating the beauty, but we're demonstrating how cool the car continued to park itself. Look at that. Parked. Now you guys understand a tiny bit of features that I just demonstrated, because it's really just a tiny bit. I still haven't showed you half of the stuff of the features that are inside of the vehicle. I just want to show you in the front, and then we're going to quickly move into the back seat because it's getting dark. So more features here is, if you click on the screen there, you'll be able to see all the other functionalities that you like. Climate, we already spoke about it. Valet mode is when you take the car for valet or car wash, then so you can adjust the wipers and all the other stuff, adjust the seats so that it's easy for them to vacuum. And then tow bar, we spoke about it. Vehicle dimensions, you can also actually check where the vehicle is sitting at the moment. But also another cool feature when it comes to dimensions is that when I was at the Jaguar Land Rover driving course the other day, they said to us that because the car is sitting on air suspension, if you are driving on a curve, let's assume it's a curve, or you're driving off-road, usually you will see what we call body roll. That's where you see the actual body leaning on the other side. Because the car has air suspension, it will actually inflate or deflate the air on the other side where it's not fully balanced. So on this side, if it's leaning onto this side, it will inflate the bubbles in terms of the air suspension. It will go up onto the shock absorbers, and then on the other side it will now level out like the other side. So the car will remain level at whatever point you guys prefer. And then if you look at on the screen, it will give you the measurements of the car. So the car is about 5 meters long. Geez, that's a lot. And about 1.7 meters wide. And these are the functionalities that you can find if you want to figure out if your car will fit in a specific spot or not. It also shows you the height and the radius, or the gradient if you like. So your approach angle here is 26.1 degrees and 24.5 going to the back. I'm thinking this also includes the tow bar. And then on the sides there, it also shows you if you're going to approach water or anything like that. You also do have a feature called weight sensing, which you can find somewhere here. So that is weight sensing. Weight sensing actually measures the water where the car is driving. So if there's water, or maybe you're crossing a river or something like that, you just have to put the air suspension up, and the car will let you know if this is safe for you to cross or not. But essentially this is where the water will be, and this is the height, or how high the suspension can get. But the car can also automatically adjust itself. But I would suggest that you just put on off-road mode when you're going off-road or such things. Ride height, it will show you if it's off-road or whatever. Access is what I showed you earlier on. You can just push the button and the car will lower itself. Off-road, the car will completely go all the way up by raising the suspension from the back and then raising into the front as well. Then the front comes. Also, did I mention that the car does have heated seat as well as cooled seats? In hot summer days, if you come to a car, you can just click there and then your seats will be cool. If it's winter, they can warm up so that you are satisfied there. And these are all the nice features that you can find there. So everything else is fine under seat. So adjusting the seats, you can also adjust the passenger seat. You can also click here on more, and you can click on chauffeur mode. It can reset all seats inside of the car, or you can fold some of the seats. You can fold all the seats if you like, and many more other things you can do. Like I said, you can turn them on, and then here you can decide with that massage again for you, bongs that side. And then if you click on adjust, you can also adjust the headrest, believe it or not. This is my driver headrest, but I'm gonna do passenger headrest so that you guys can see. Headrest passenger, I'm going to click on this up button. Look at that. When I click down, the button goes down. And then if you want it to go forward, it can go forward. And then it can go back. And massage. And massage. Very, very cool. Let me show you another cool feature. Your normal rear view mirror is like this, where you can see the people inside of the car, right? That's all you can see. But in this one, because they want you to have full visibility from the back, all you have to do is click that, and now it uses a full-on, just hold there for me, Bongs. It uses a full-on camera that's on the roof that will show you exactly what's happening at the back. You stay there, Bongs. I just want to show you guys.
This is one of my favorite features, a cool feature that lets you see a much more of a bigger peripheral view of the car, because a normal rear view mirror will not show you all of this. If anything, it will show you the bulk of what you're seeing of your back passengers or a little bit of your front passenger, and then a little bit of a tiny bit of your back windscreen or windshield. So this gives you a proper peripheral view of how exactly you would see from the back. And I think it's more cool because even when you're driving, you can see more than one lane. Look at the back, you can see actually a little bit of much more 3-4 parking spaces where usually you would probably see just one.
Everybody must look into getting one of these cars once you make it, because let's be honest, you only buy this car once you've made it. It doesn't matter where in the world you live. Once you've made it, you can get yourself one of these Range Rovers, because this is setting you back about 4 million rands. That's a lot of money. But each to their own, and everybody does have their segment of cars. That's why we keep driving the 335s and the Golfs and the X1s, and there's people that drive X7s and people that drive Range Rovers like this. So those are the features that you can expect into this car in the front. And you also do have your buttons up here that control your sunroof. This one opens your sunroof completely. This one opens the shield or the cover, sunroof cover. I'm gonna show you now quickly. So if you click on that button, just push that one of the buttons, Bongs, it opens the sunroof, and this is how it looks like when it's open. So you just need to keep pressing, or you can just open the cover completely. It's gonna open this cover all the way to the back. And then if you want to open the sunroof, you click here, you click and open, and the sunroof will completely open and show you the sky. And then it'll continue to go all the way back there. She's supposed this interior is something else, eh? And because I was using the screen now, I can wipe. And then here on the side, you do have your door card, which has your functionalities of the seat. If you don't want to control them onto the screen and you want to use this, you can use them on the side here, where you can click all the windows you can control. You can also open the curtains for the back windows, but we'll get to that now. But I love how premium this feels. The handle feels strong, and this chrome finish here looks really good. And then you also do have your seat functions, manual, and you can, because this car has memory seats, you can set if it's got 3 drivers or 2, you can click 1 or 2, and then it'll remember the seating position. And you obviously do have a part where you can store your call it a cup holder, but I mean, you do have a cup holder there, but extra storage. If you've got a small bag or wallet or whatever, you can place it there. That's where you open your bonnet. You can also open the back door or the tailgate using a button here. And then on the inside, if you look at here, look at how the finish on the steering wheel looks like. The car does have pedal shifters, and I almost went into the back seat without showing you exactly what's happening in front of me, because the features on this car are too much, and sometimes I even forget about some of the features. And then here in front of me, you do have your hooter, and this is how it sounds like. That's how it sounds. And then you do also have your digital cluster. I am currently averaging 10.5 to the hundreds. I know that seems terrible compared to the 7 point something that they claim, but it's because I've been doing idling the entire time, because I'm sitting in the car and it's quite hot, and I've got my aircon on, and I got stuck this morning because I left the lights on, so I needed to idle the car for a while. So that is not a true reflection of exactly how it works. But this car is fairly new, still on 3,100 kilometers, full kilometers of the car. And then in front of you here, you do have your cruise control buttons. You have your heated steering wheel button. If you like, in winter it can get heated, and if you're thinking, can it get cool? No, you just have to turn on the aircon. It can't have everything.
but I'm sure we're going there. And then you also do have some buttons that I don't know what they do, but I'm assuming this is for your assistive lane keeping, because if you click here, if you look there at the top, you do have a button for assistive lane keeping, but that works when you're driving. Now I'm stationary. And you also do have a button there. When you click, it can show you your driver assistance, if it should be high, low, or should be custom or high. So what is driver assistance? Is where the car uses the sensors around the car to detect any objects on the road. Also, if you're driving between lanes, the car can help you stay in the same lane. That's assistive lane keeping. So you can also decide whether you want that to be at high intensity or low, because you are fully aware. So depending on what you're busy with, I would expect you to be fully focused on the road, because it's the right thing to do and you must keep other motorists safe. And then another fully functional feature here that we use is your phone feature. If you want to call, the minute you click the button, the phone feature here, it also changes on your screen and shows you whoever wants to call. And then you also obviously do have your volume button there if you want to increase or decrease your volume, and the very same button can be expected. So if I use my steering wheel, you'll see the button, the volume going down on that side. So that's the button for the volume. And then if you want to skip your tracks, this is what you use. And then here's a button that you can use for whatever favorite thing you want to do. So like for instance, the home screen. So you can customize exactly how you want your home screen to look like by clicking onto that button. And then all the other buttons, it's basically normal buttons that you have. The steering wheel is actually getting quite warm. I'm gonna switch it off because I don't need steering wheels to be warm. It's already hot outside. And then you obviously do have your ambient lighting there, down there, but ambient lighting can be changed to whatever color that you do desire. And what I mean by whatever color, I mean by whatever color, but I'll show you guys when I'm sitting in the back. This is what you are met with. You've got a dining room or living room on wheels. My seat is pushed all the way to the back because I wanted to show you guys exactly what's happening, but don't worry about that. I can adjust the seat again so that I'm fully comfortable for you guys. But the first thing that you notice here, which I'm going to close, because this is something that you can push here and then you can close that by using the screen here. So your cup holders will pop out there, but I'm going to show you first how it looks like when this thing is closed, or the centerpiece. It's got a tablet that is mounted there and you cannot remove it, unlike in other cars. Yeah, and then the seat can be reclined in whatever position that you like, but I'm gonna just even the carpet on this car, guys, look at all this carpet. It's so thick, like it's really thick. And I guess that also assists you with the cushioning. But while we're here, you do have a pocket for your book if you've got a book or something, or put your tablet there that when you're done using it, or if you are charging a big device like a laptop that comes with a 2-pin plug, yeah, you can charge with a 2-pin plug, because in here you do have a space for a normal 230 volt socket or 180 watts down there. And then you also do have one USB-C, and you also do have another USB-C on the other side. And then here it's your normal 12 volt socket that you can use. So it's all the way down there. So your 12 volt socket, it's there, and then you have a normal volt, and then you also have USB-Cs that are hidden in there. And then yeah. So also, I'm sure I did mention that the car does have soft closed doors, so you don't have to bang the door. You just have to pull it up to yourself, and then it will completely shut itself up, which I expect such a feature. And then you obviously do have your safety belts here that you can hook nicely. And then here at the back, it's really fully comfortable. If I want to recline Bong's seat, I can do that. If I want to switch off the music, I can do that using the buttons that are on the sides here. You do have a button to close the blinds as well. If you like to close the blinds, you can actually close the blinds sitting here. Because I guess, guys, let's be honest, if you are going to buy this car, at some point you want to be sitting at the back, probably most of the time. But if you're like me and you love driving, you probably want to have, you know, a little bit of a driving impression or drive once in a while, but this is the best seat in the house if I'm being truly honest, because sitting here you can really fully be comfortable and not worry about too many things, and you can adjust your seat to recline back if you like. And I know what you're thinking, where's the armrest? Because if I'm holding something nice there, or my juice or my water, all you have to do is push that button, and this middle center compartment or the centerpiece will come down. And when the centerpiece comes down and you want to cup holders, there's a button for cup holders here that you can push, and this part will move swiftly forward. And then as reclined as I'm sitting, now I have my cup holders. But I'm sitting at the back and I want to charge my phone, and I want to charge it down there. It could be annoying for me if I'm sitting like this, so there should be something to assist. This is what you do. You open up here, and then you open up again, and then you'll see two USB-Cs on the inside there. And then here you also have a little light that assists you. You can leave your phone on the inside, and then with the tablet on the middle there, you can also adjust either the climate, you can also adjust the intensity of it, the air vents at the back, which one must give you more, whatever. Also, I must mention that the air vents here do also have a dual mode where you can decide where exactly the vents should go. And then you also do have a air purification control that you can click here, and then there's also plenty of other features that you can use there. The seats or the lighting, maybe let's start with the lighting. The lighting on the car, if you look there in front, you will notice our ambient lighting is orange, but if I want to switch it to red, I can actually switch it to red like I just did now, and I'm just using only the tablet here. Now it's red, and then I can switch to many other colors if I like. Ocean blue if I like, if I'm feeling a little bit too boy and with a lot of testosterone, you can use that. But you can also switch it off if you like, but we'll just keep it on and leave it on red, because red means, oh no, maybe let's leave it on sunset orange, which is quite cool. Sunset. If my passenger princess there is thinking, but what about my heels, because I want to relax a bit, or I want to change my shoes, or whatever the case may be, on the very same tablet we can click screen, seat, and then we click there, and then here I can adjust the seat section, and then I'll click on there, and then that part will either come forward. If you can check, that part is a little bit forward, lumbar, and then I can also reset the seat, and then I can also go back there with the seat and say front, and then I'll say seat away. Look at that front seat moving away from us, because you want to put your feet out. And if you want to readjust the seat, all you have to do is press on the button here and say reset, and the seat will come back. Sunroof view from the back seat. This is what you see from the back. And then if you look at Bong's side, that side, you see the curtain is open. Try close the window, Bongs. Yeah. The window is closing because you obviously have that privacy glass. Try close the window again. Now the curtain comes up. I don't know how many more features you guys want me to show you in this car, because there's just too many features. Also, including the handle. It's not a normal handle. It's leather. It's proper leather handle. It's not made of plastic. Guys, I don't know how many more features we must go through this car, because there's too many of them. But we said we're going to do this thing. Again, when you come back here, you click here. You can decide what you want to do. If you want to close the blinds, all you have to do is just fold that, or you can just get them to open, and the blinds up that they will open. And then if you want to close them, this is what you do. You just go back there and then click on settings. If you want a screensaver for this, if you want to, maybe you're sitting with kids and you run them to press on the screen, you can do that. And then there's also plenty of other things you can do
seats, climate, lighting, blinds, cup holders if you want to close them. I actually want to see what will happen if I leave my water here and I close. I'm expecting it to stop. Yep, it stops and it does exactly what I expect. It's in the small details, guys. It's in the small details. I'm fully relaxed at the back and I want to recline my seat. I can either use the buttons here or I can use the tablet here. But the buttons here, this is how they look like. And if you want to close my window here, obviously use a normal window thing. And then you also have a reading light that will come up there. You click the button if you're reading a book or whatever. And then you also do have a button that increases the whole entire car. And then you also do have a button that closes the roof or the blinds. And then you have another button where if you push, it can stop the music if you like. So I'm just going to open my window now so that you guys can see clearly there. And then if you want to recline your seat, you can use that. If you want to move the seat forward, you can do that. And then you can also adjust, including you can also adjust your headrest by pushing this button up. You'll see the headrest moving up, and then if you push it down, headrest will come down, and then you can push it forward if you like. But yeah, it's got all the things you can imagine. This is a speaker, by the way. This is that Meridian sound system we spoke about, and this is another speaker there. You also do have another speaker down there, and then you do have a speaker on Bong's side. You have air vents up here where you can push a button and then you can hook whatever jacket of yours that you have. So these guys really thought about everything, because that's a jacket hook up there. You also have that. You also have air vents, and then all other features you can. Kind reminder that this Range Rover is not even fully loaded. If you want a rear entertainment screen, it will cost you 47,000 Rand. But luxury does come at a cost, and for that reason, I just want to thank you for watching the video. Let's just admire the beauty of this car one more time on the exterior. If you watched the video up until this far, I truly want to thank you for your support. Remember to click the subscribe button, because many of you guys are watching the videos and are not subscribed. But I just want to say thank you so much for your support. I see your comments, I see your likes, I see your comments, I see your shares, and I just want to thank you. Catch you on the next one, and I'm glad and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Tango. Word of the day, it's not about who you spend the most time with, but it's about who you spend the best time with. Have a good day.